Hello, my crafty friends. Guess what I have for you? Oh, at midnight. It's midnight on the 1st. And I have got a bunch of samples to share with you tonight. I've been having a little fun. So, here is the deluxe caboodle from Spellbinders for April 2025. Now, I have a tiny bit of news. So let's get over the little hump of the news. Spellbinders did mention this in the Spellbinders Insider group that there is going to be some slight increases in price. It's not very much, so don't go crazy, but it is a small increase. And we all know increases are everywhere right now. The world is scared. So we have increases on some of our individual kits, not all of them, some of them. And the deluxe caboodle, which is the whole shebang, all 10 kits, is going up $1 a kit. So it is, instead of $120, it's $130. That's for 10 different sets for $130. So that is the increase announcement. Just wanted to get that over with so we can get on to the fun. Let's just jump into it. So this is a very interesting BetterPress. I think it's really cool to have all of this vintage style texture. And this is a, let's see, 5 piece press set and 3 dies. So you have 3 sentiment dies. Thank you, Spellbinders. So let's take a look at this. It's really cool because you have this, well, you know what? I don't even need to take it out of the package because I can show it to you in person. Ba-bam! What do you think about that? Is that not cool? Look at the postage edge around the outside. And these are not connected, so you can use them either or. And this fits perfectly inside a framed A2. So I cut that down right on the outside of the postage label. Then I added, pull this down so you can see it. So then I added a frame right around that. And it was easy to cut down because I just followed the edge of the postage and then cut it down from there. Now I know people are going to ask, well, does it coordinate? I know y'all are going to ask, and it doesn't completely. This one is, well, let me take that back. You could totally frame that, couldn't you? I didn't think about that because it makes it go a little bigger. No, that's an exact A2. Well, guys, I might be wrong. I just checked the inside, not the outside. So you be the judge. That is the outer A2 die of the, what is it called? Nested postage label and tags, which I have used in some of my samples. The nested postage label and tag dies. This set is a previous set of ours, and that actually, when it's cut down, fits pretty good in there. I mean, you wouldn't have a choice of where everything falls, but it's definitely doable if you like the look. Now, the other ones is what I did. I looked at the other ones. And this one here falls on that. So to me, that one did not coordinate. This one falls right inside. So you can actually do a postage, then have the BetterPress, and then a postage if you wanted to. But I actually went down a little smaller, I believe. You can do this one. And then you can do this one. Or you can go even smaller with this one and this one. And actually, I'm missing a die there, aren't I? Let me see. It was on my lost panel. There we go. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the outer one, 5 in that set if you have it, that you could definitely use with this set. So if you have this one already, yay. because it will work. I knew that was going to be a question that come up, so I just wanted to spend a little bit of time on it. But look at this here. And you see, I foiled my BetterPress instead of BetterPressing it this month because I just thought that was pretty. I ink blended this, and then I BetterPressed it with the Glimmer machine. And I used a sparkly gold foil. And then I put one of these that you'll see shortly on it to decorate. And this is a reverse foil of the black. So that's my first sample for the BetterPress of the month. Now this is quite interesting. This is a notebook paper. So you have the notebook like you pulled it out of a spiral notebook at the top, and then you have the lines of your notebook paper, and this is stitching. So you have one long stitch here, and stitch, 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 super quick, guys, super quick. And to hold these down, I used a piece of tape underneath just to make it easy and secure, and then I backed it. So here shows what it's intended to be. And your sentiments are friend, hello, for you, a note, and thanks. And here's my sample. Didn't that turn out great? I love that. I love it, love it, love it. I have pulled in this set here, Gnome Drive Graduation, and I just used the actual diploma and the hat. And then I brought in Pooh's Alphabet for the grad. And this is actually an Altenew sentiment that I had in my stash. I didn't even have to make that one. I had it already. So those are the ones I did for that one. And I mean, the stitching was so easy, but it's so cute. I think it'd be perfect for the kids. I mean, you could do this for a kindergarten graduation. You could do this for an older graduation, middle school, whatever. And you could change the text to make it more adult if you wanted to, you know, but I just thought this was adorable. So that is my one for stitching. Now, Stencil of the Month and Stamp and Die of the Month I use together. The Stencil of the Month, you have two choices here. You can do multiple, and I have both in samples to show you, but you can do these multiple little letters, or you can do the overseas letter. Now, when I was a little girl, I lived in England for 1.5 years. My dad was in the military. So we lived in England in a little town called Brampton. And when I came home, I would always get little letters from my friends. And they would always come in this little package here. So I had to make me one to remind me of home or of my friends. So I put this little stamp here with all the letters from the stamp of the month on the center. And then I used one of the sentiments that says, this card traveled all the way to say, and then I grabbed an extra sentiment out of my stash and just put hello. So that is one of my stencil of the months, which I just love the way it turned out. It's actually really pale blue. I don't know if you can tell. I guess if you compare it to white, you probably can tell. But I did it really pale blue because the paper that I used to get the envelopes in was really thin blue paper. That's what I remember anyways. It just brought back memories. So that's what I just went with, something easy, simple, and fun. So that's the stencil of the month. You can do both of those with. And the stamp and die of the month, we have dies for all of the sentiments. And we have wishing you a day as sweet as this letter. Just a friendly reminder someone is thinking of you. Thank you. Letters are like hugs you can hold. Sending cheer wrapped in paper and ink. I love that one. Snail mail hugs coming your way. Keep that one in mind. You're going to need that one soon. This card traveled all the way to say, and open for a happy surprise. That would be great for a gift card. I didn't do it this time, but that would be great for a gift card. Okay, so now we have the 3D embossing folder. And this one, see if you can pull up to see, has a whole bunch of different shape stamps in it, and each one has a different design in it. So I did something a little different, and this has the stencil background also. I pulled in the stencil background and then added little tiny hearts to it, which are in one of the, I think, small die of the month that's coming up here in the end. And I added the little seals for the hearts on everything. And then I decided to emboss, if you could see the detail there of the embossing folder, emboss the little circle for the bird to sit on. Now this bird actually came with a bigger letter, but I used one of the smaller letters that are in the small die of the month. And then the bird actually is Love Note Bird, which is right here. And I didn't even mean to do them in the colors that were there. I was actually matching colors that were in one of the other cards that I made. But it ended up looking like that. And or similar anyways. They use more blues and I use teals. But I didn't add the flowers. I thought it was a little much and I didn't want to add extra colors in there. So that's how I ended that one. And like I said, this is Love Note Bird is what I used. I just thought it was cute because it had already the love note in it. And then the circle is from Stitched Edge Circle Backgrounds, which was a Lisa Horton die quite a while back. I was reaching for my stash, guys. So that it has a lot. This one has a lot of dimension, and I used one of the BetterPress sentiments here that is done in black foil. So that one I showed you earlier was one of them reversed. This was regular and this was reversed, and I just love the way the reversed ones turned out. They're awesome. I love how they just pop out. So that is both stencil and embossing folder, 3D. Then this is the 2D, and it's kind of like spiral notebooks, kind of in detail. And let me see, I do have one with that on it. I'm going to have to pull out, we're going to have to introduce the small die of the month with it. This is the small die of the month, and he is a little snail mail with tulips, a mailbox, and a little hill to be able to create a little scene. And I use this embossing folder as the background. Now this one here has a lot with it for a small die, and you've got a full mailbox. The mailbox is here actually. This is the hinged like little opening. This piece here goes inside here if you want to make this darker than the mailbox so it looks like it's shadowed. And then this hooks under here. This little bar right here is your glue bar, and it glues right under there, and it's angled perfectly. Then you have your flag that goes there. And this little hat goes on the snail if you want him delivering the mail. And this is the mail bag. There's this little line right here in the die that goes on his hat with a little buckle that's right there. Those are so tiny they hook them to something else so you don't lose them. But that finishes your hat that goes on the snail. Then you have a small letter and a larger letter. There's the heart that I was using on the other one. These are the eyes for the snail. And the snail's hand, if you want him holding a letter. The two pieces of the snail. The two large tulip flowers, the stem, and the two leaves that it comes with. And then this is the post to the mailbox. And then this creates just a hill for your scene. So let me pull in my sample here, and you can see all of that in action. There's my sample, and I went ahead and used those little hearts again for like the postage. And here's that 2D embossing folder. It's just so much easier to show it to you than to try to show you the folder. So there is that 2D, and it's actually really detailed for 2D. I was really surprised, but I do spray my paper, which gives you an extra effect. I use my Mighty Mister. So That gives you a lot of detail when you missed it before you put it through your Gemini. So I popped up my little tops to my tulips, and I added 2 hills to give him a little dimension, and so he could stick down in there, and the post could stick down in there as well. And he's holding his letter, and he's bringing his love a letter, and he's got a love letter in there as well. I do not have this sentiment here. It is supposed to have, and it got messed up. I'm gonna have to find another sentiment. It was supposed to have a reversed sentiment on there, and it got messed up. So I'm missing my sentiment, but I do need to put a sentiment there to finish it. So that is my cute little snail mail. We'll see. I'll finish that one up though. And so this is this one is great. I love this one. It was a lot of fun to play with. And I love the little inchworm. I didn't put it on that one, but you'll have to wait till my video to get to see him, because I put the inchworm in my video. So he's right here. Isn't he cute? I love the little inchworm. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, and then this is what my video is going to be about. And the only difference between the samples I'm going to show you and what my video is going to be using my challenge colors for the month. Now over in my group on Facebook, it's Craft Life Together with Spellbinders and More. We have a monthly challenge, and you get a color cube by Sarah Renee Clark as an example of our color challenge. And I use this, plus I give you a card sketch, and you can enter the challenge in one of 3 ways. I call it the 3-way challenge, because you can use the color scheme, you can use the sketch, or you can do both. And in my sample this month, I have done the color scheme, and I used this background for my background for the color scheme, which you'll see in the video. So this video will be on Saturday. I'd love for you to come back and see it and see how my colors turned out, because they turned out really bright. So, but that's what inspiration's all about, you know. You never know. This is, to me, very unusual colors, and that's the point. The point is just to get out of your comfort zone and just try something new. You're not going to like everything, but it's just something different. So you are invited, if you're watching, you are invited to Craft Life Together with Spellbinders and More over on Facebook. We would love to have you. I do have a sample for this one as well, and I actually made 2. I made 2, and they're a little bit different. This one is the Glimmer of the Month. This one is the Glimmer of the Month with the Deluxe Caboodle free gift. For the free gift and the Deluxe Caboodle this month, you get a 4 layering stencil. And the 4 layering stencil perfectly matches up to create your colored letters. So that's what I've done here. This one though, I wanted to show you, if you don't like the caboodle and you want to get a similar look to someone that might have bought the caboodle and can do this, just ink your paper with the multi-tones, and you can do whatever color tone and go from, now this I happen to go diagonal instead of up and down. Most people ombre it up and down, but I went diagonal with the same colors from dark to light. But you can go as much dark and much light as you want just to get those same color hues. And of course you bring out more colors in your cardstock and you can get a similar look. But I wanted to do these in pinks to show you how wonderful this would be for Valentine's Day. I know it's not Valentine's time, but that's immediately what I thought of for this is Valentine's. Love, anniversary. I mean, lots of ideas here, but I thought this was cute. And because I was using this for the other one, I wanted to do something lovey-dovey with this. So I went ahead and did a little extra, and I just thought I would show people that do not get the Deluxe Caboodle that you can do something just as cute without the stencil. So, but I wanted to let you know what the freebie was, and that's what the freebie is this month. This is what they show on the back of the packaging, and that's what I created. Last but certainly not least is what my video will be on Sunday this week coming up, and that is this vintage mailbox. This is the large die of the month. In this video, I'll teach you how to do a cloud background. So there's a tutorial stuck in the middle of the video. So make sure if you're interested in that you come by and check that out. And I show you the assembly of this one and all the ins and outs of adding all the layers. And then we put a few letters in it and just have fun with the different colorway all together. So this is the large die of the month, and it is called, let's see, Lock and Key Mailbox, because it does actually have a full lock. Let me show you the dies. These are actually really cute. It has a lock here, a vintage lock. Then it has this actual two-piece key lock that you can put on it. But then it has the mini tulips. So you have big tulips in the other one and mini tulips in this one. And then you have the third size envelope. So out of all three, you have three sizes of envelopes. I mean, out of the two sets, small and large, you have three sizes of envelopes, which was really handy to be able to mix and match them. So then you have two sentiments. One says hello and one says letters, and they fit right in here with the coordinating shadow die. So it is almost an A2 size, but it's not quite. You still get a little border around it. And when we make our cloud background, we only see a little of it, but it still gives a nice bright background to our card. So I hope you'll come back this weekend and check out both of my videos. And I need to go let my puppies out. As you can hear, they're wanting to go out. I did want to really quick let you know that this is the wax seal of the month. It is, it is really pretty. It's called Petals Postage. And the glimmer I received was satin pewter. So I'm going to let you go, but I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed the video and come back and see me super soon.